This is the last stream for Diablo 4 before Season 2, which starts in 2 days. And I still have yet to hit 100. So, there's that, which is fun. And I'm going to update my last of the hardcore tips here. So this is my old list, which still works. Test your internet speed because at least in Season 1, you can still die to a disconnect. Unfortunately, it sounds like in Season 2 this is going to be fixed. So if you've watched the updates from the developers on Season 2, hello, Parker, welcome to the stream. They're going to automatically trigger your scroll of escape if the server senses a disconnect. I'm sure there'll be flaws in that system, or maybe somebody trying to abuse it or something. But honestly, if you're pulling your plug to like use your scroll of escape, just click your scroll of escape, which I already have on my list here. Bind the scroll of escape, but you're still going to want to do that because if you're in a tough situation, fighting a boss or doing something else, you're going to want to click that scroll of escape to get out quick. It also sounds like they're going to lower the drop rate of scroll of escape, so you may not have as many. Lately, I've just been using the scroll of escape just to get back to Shot or Kmart, whatever you want to call it, quickly because I just didn't want to teleport, which takes like 10 seconds, and you just hit your hotkey for the scroll of escape, and boom, you're there. So there's things that I use them for in addition to just saving your butt. Most of the time, safe gameplay, you're not going to have issues with dying. Disconnect seems to be the biggest once you learn to follow rule number, what is it, 5? Don't stand in the red circles. That's helpful. Now that being said, there is one other answering a text item that I would recommend changing, and it's a setting on crossplay. When I've had crossplay enabled, for whatever reason, there seems to be more issues with latency and server problems. So if you disable crossplay, seems to be that the servers are more stable. Now, whether or not that's just my perception or because player counts have been down, maybe that has affected it some. I don't know. But for me, I'm going to put number, let's see, we'll call it number 8. 8, disable cross play. There we go. That seems to make a difference. At least in my experience in server stability, it seems to make that difference. So we'll load in here, and we are literally like a box away from hitting 100. Here we are. So if we go to our collections, look at our Fallen Heroes, which is full. This guy, 51, was a disconnect. 52 was a disconnect. This was a disconnect. This guy I killed on a disconnect. Disconnect. This stood in red. Stood in red. And I think that was the same issue. So most were DCs. So an 87, a 66, and a couple of 50s. Just sad. And I work the full time, and have kids that are involved in things. So you can't play the games all the time like the streaming world that complains that there's not enough content because they use video games as their main source of income for all of their life. So good on you guys. That's awesome. Us people in the real world, we play video games as an escape and for fun, so we don't have 18 hours a day to play video games and try to make money off it to support your family. It just doesn't work that way in the real world. Just saying. It's fine. So for us that like to play games, be competitive, or at least get a full experience out of it, here I am 2 days before the end of Season 1, and I'm just now probably going to hit 100 unless I disconnect. Let's check on our latency. I'm at 65, which is below my head. And let's see, what place are we going to last? Tomb of Saints, Alders, sure, Alders. And then we'll click on a potion, get a little XP bonus, and my save death. We'll do our last thing. And I think I've almost got all my glyphs to 21. I have one more glyph to go. And I haven't even tried doing like higher level greater rifts or trying to do the Uber Lilith. So honestly, I don't know if I'm going to attempt that. I want to keep one level 100 alive. So at least I have all the... I don't even think I've finished all the renown on this, have I? Ah, dang it. Let's see. Tab. Where's renown at? Actions. Social. No. Plan. I even forget where the renown's at. It's in the map, right? Thought it was a map. Oh, we gotta look at it here. There we go. Tab. There. Renown. W. There it is. View your renown rewards. Jeez, that was a pain. Alright, so I haven't finished the renown on this guy. I had done all the renown on one of the characters, but at least I've done it before, so I have all the boxes checked. But I didn't go bother going through it all again when I had done it on 2 of those 50s. Like, finished all the things, opened up all the map, clicked all the things. Kind of got tired of doing it after dying 4 or 5 times. And still playing the old Whirlwinds. If it worked for a 99 hardcore back in the day, play the Whirlwinds. Why not play the Whirlwinds, right? And I am like not even picking up anything. I'll pick up the sigils that drop. I'll pick up the legendaries if I accidentally click on something and pick it up. Fine. My gear is, it's not optimal. I could probably find something with a few better stats on it, but I'm not bothered. So we're just kind of rolling through these things. I suppose if a Shaco or a Godfather drops, I'd pick that up. But the probability of that, from what I've read, is like it just doesn't happen. I mean, even those guys that play 18 hours a day, 20 hours a day, haven't found Shakos or Godfather swords or any of the Uber EVs. Fun word to say. Activate the lever. This stuff is going to go away. It sounds like it's season 2, so like popping into this room and having to click the levers to get by. I mean, really, that's just a time barrier. Apparently, they've taken that out of the game. They also bumped EXP, so hitting a 100 is not like the end. That'll be part of the journey, and then farming some new in-game bosses will probably be more of your in-game solution in the season versus trying to hit top level, which I am not going to lie, would be a fan. I'm still a probably bigger fan of D2 than D2R. D3 was great, played almost every season of D3. But both of those games, honestly, they don't really have in-game objectives. I mean, the game objective in Diablo 2 is farm nonsensically, you know, chests and chests and chests. You get cows or something until you get enough rooms to make higher level rooms, which is fine, it's fun. At least on the plus side, there is unique items that you could farm, and then different builds. There's still a PvP community in Diablo 2. 3 clearly had no PvP. there's PvP in this game, which I have yet to see. There was some other aspects of fun stuff to do in Diablo 2. I even missed the idea of making my assassin a player killer in Diablo 2. Where you get an assassin loaded up with a bunch of charms and poison, be like level 15 or 18 and go in and kill people that are leveling 40. I know it's kind of a cool thing to do, especially in hardcore, but man. Don't do that in these games. Too many new people are, you know, soft. That's fine. Right. Almost there, man. I almost feel the level 100. Oh, I should probably show you that. When I get back to town, I'll show you where that crossplay option is at. You want to turn that off. That is But I am intrigued by all the updates in Season 2 of Diablo 4. It does sound like they're making some cool enhancements to the game. I do find it funny that this generation of video game people, like they love Diablo 4 when it first came out, sold 200 copies, people were playing it like crazy, and then as they progress, they're like, oh, this is terrible, there's not enough stuff, blah blah blah. Do you remember Diablo 2 when it first came out? It wasn't a perfect game. It was still great. It wasn't really till the first expansion that game really took off. That introduction of rune words and everything else. I mean, that's where it really flew. Same for Diablo 3. When it came out, it wasn't a perfect game. And the thought behind that is that you're making a game. You have to have time to see what the greater community is going to do with the game, how they're going to play it. A developer may have an idea in their head of where they want people to go and how they want them to play it, especially these kinds of games. But that may not be what the end user ends up wanting or playing. It takes time for that to evolve over time. And the one thing about Blizzard, regardless of all the weird stuff that's been happening in that company, they make their games better as they go. They don't give up on them. They keep improving them. So the thought to just leave the game in droves, I mean, it's the cell phone population here of young people who can't, be patient for 2 damn seconds and just give it some time and watch the game evolve and improve. Continue to play it and help the developers develop it. Give actual ideas or constructive criticisms, not, oh, the game sucks. Gosh. Sorry, I'm a gamer at heart, but man, some of you guys, you really are just terrible. Halls of the Dam. Let's move up over here. Sakareth Lair. Sure. That's a good one. Half a box. We're almost there. We're gonna do this on stream, and then I'll post it up to the YouTubes. Ah, I forgot. Show the where you disable the crossplay. We'll pop into the dungeon first. Oh, that's another thing they fixed. Yeah, the list of things they're adding in Season 2 is amazing, but this, when you go to a Nightmare dungeon now, since they're giving you the option to teleport to it, you're not teleporting outside of the Nightmare dungeon, you just teleport directly into it. Just like in Diablo 3, where you would hit the pylon and boom, you're in. Well, kind of, you still had to hit the portal, but at least there was not loading into an environment like we just did there where you could get hurt. Alright, so options. If you go into options, gameplay. No, it's not under gameplay. Where's it at? Connect. Yeah, here we go. Under connect, cross-network play, cross-network communications. Disable both of these. Definitely disable that if you're playing hardcore. If you're playing softcore, which, you can stand in next to anybody, push harder than ever you want, it doesn't matter. Leave it on if you want, it doesn't matter. If you're playing hardcore, turn that off. Alright, let's scroll through this. There you go. Try to keep my shield up. This because I ain't kidding you, fellers. This one will hurt you. Sucks to do it all. I don't know if you notice, I'm popping potions fairly regularly. And the reason for that is pants are the legendary pants. These. Where are they at? You get a barrier when you heal above 100%. So when you pop a potion that heals you above 100%. Mouse over it. Jeez, my barrier is 15,000 health. And that's about really helpful. So I try to keep that up, especially in areas where you can get spike damage. And this poison stuff in this spike damage. I also get overhealed in my shouts. Play it safe. Not a bad thing. I'm using the gores. I know that they apparently were nerfed. I still think it's fun to see that fire explosion. Pop a group like that to stop whirlwinding. Explode on them. Somewhere. Also sounds like an objective updated version of Nightmare Dungeons in Season 2 will be more, not like you have to kill 3 spires. Maybe they will still have this kind of things, but primarily it's going to be killing the boss is going to be the more important thing. Almost there. A sliver away from 100. All right. It is done. Feat of the champion. We have hit the 100. Well played. Through disconnects, multiple deaths, done it. And right at almost the end of a Nightmare Dungeon. Okay, where did we... we went right down. Right at the end. Almost at the end of the Nightmare Dungeon. That's perfect timing. Done. Let's go kill the spider queen or spider boss here. She is dead. Last Nightmare Dungeon at 100. And we almost got our glyphs all to 21 right when we hit 100. We just have one more to level to 21. Should probably take 2 nightmare dungeons, I think. Maybe 3. Let's use our scroll of escape to get back to town quick. It is too bad that they don't give you the option of setting one of these towns as your home base. Kind of like the what was it in WoW? Your Hearthstone that you kept in your bag in WoW, and you could bind it to wherever you wanted to be your home base. Um, that would be nice because some towns I just don't care to go to. What do I want my last point in? Dexterity, willpower. I don't know. I have most of the items or things that I actually want. Uh, so, 2% maximum life. We'll take that. That'll be our last Paragon point. If you want to see, show you my Paragon tree. So as far as the glyphs, I had territorial, exploit, martial, and then we did pick up a legendary warbringer because it increases your maximum life. Maximum life over here, damage to elites. Might, wrath, and imbiber. That's where we ended up. Pretty standard whirlwind build, I think. You know, 3 shouts, Wrath of the Berserker, Lunging Strike, and Whirlwind. Look at my tree. Expertise, Axe for extra vulnerable damage. And abilities, skill tree. There you go. So we have Unbridled Rage, improved Wrath of the Berserker there. Invigorating, this is for the heal because of those pants I'm wearing. Heal 9% of max life for each fury spent. We spent a lot of fury. Increased crit with heavy damage, got that. Defensive stance and counter-offensive. Pit fighter. These are pretty standard things. It's just a source of berserking, really. A little extra life, and damage versus elites. That's about the build for me. I think this is solid, but the tips, definitely, I recommend the tips. Read through those, get ready for Season 2. I'll probably go ahead and finish up my last glyph to 21 just so I can say I've got it to 21. I don't need that. And that's probably where we're going to end Season 1. It's not bad. I think we did solid. Go back to doing some farming and finish up some cars. There is lots of gaming to do, lots of fun stuff.
Safe journey there.
But hope you enjoyed the tips. Pay attention to them. I think they'll help anybody who plays hardcore, especially hardcore players who are, casual-ish, as in, adults who have jobs and work. This should help. All right. Go Bears. It is Sunday. Take down the Vikings.